Welcome back, everyone, to GA Extra. My name is Sam, and today I am bringing you another commentary. This time on the Lego Superman movie. This is a very significant video, as it was the official launching point for my DC Universe. Obviously, I had plenty of Batman videos before this, but this was the official beginning of the arc that is meant to lead to Justice League. Obviously, it's now been 5+ years, and still no Justice League. But we're getting there eventually. It's so funny. Like when I first put this out, I had the intention of getting to Justice League by like November of 2020. Like, just a little over a year it'd take me to get there. And so, like, obviously, it did not come anywhere near to meeting those expectations. And like with how long this video took in itself to make, I should have known there was no way that was going to happen. After 2018, I kind of knew that I wasn't going to be able to make videos at the same pace I used to, because I used to, put them out every 2 weeks or whatever. And after Aquaman 6, I immediately got to work on Superman. And my plan was, with all the reviews I had coming up in the spring, I basically stagger it. Like I figured I could knock out a review in like a week, and so when I'm not working on a review, I work on Superman. Eventually, try to get that knocked out, and then work on the next big project while also doing reviews whenever I need to. However, obviously that did not really work. That plan completely failed because each review ended up taking me about a month to make. I just kind of lost all motivation. This is really when my hatred for the reviews was at their peak, or at least this made me hate the reviews even more, having to do them so constantly, and I just, from here on out, like, I just was just doing them because I felt like I had to, and I'm happy now I don't do them at all anymore, even though there's still people who are like, well, you should bring back the reviews. Like, no, it's not happening. No. Never. Anyway, so yeah, I think it was like for 4 months I didn't touch Superman until I finished. I think it was the Endgame review. I think that was the last one of the consecutive reviews, and then knocked this out and put it out in July, I think. That wasn't the only trouble I experienced during this time, because you see, up to this point, all the videos I had made were made on my MacBook Pro, my laptop. However, during the spring, I ended up spilling water on my laptop and frying half the keyboard. And it took me a while. There was a time when I was not sure if I was going to be able to get all my files, which included the first few scenes of the Superman movie. I wasn't sure I'd be able to get those files off the computer. But eventually I did, thankfully. Which luckily I had already bought this PC, the one I still have at the time, and so I just transitioned all the stuff over there. The other adjustment I had to make was that up to this point, all the videos I made had been on iMovie, and now I was having to do Premiere Pro. So yeah, a lot of speed bumps in making this video, but eventually did obviously put it out. So let's check it out, shall we?
Clark, did you hear the news?
What is it, Lois?
Perry's been fired.
What? Why?
I don't know. I just heard something about him not having a minifigure or something. But come on, come see the new boss.
So the whole comment about, we couldn't have Perry because he doesn't have an official minifigure, except Jimmy Olsen also doesn't have an official minifigure, yet he's in this video. So I think it was just an excuse that I made for myself, so then I could make the Jameson joke.
You are by far the worst photographer I have ever seen. Who taught you how to take pictures? Helen Keller? Get out of my face.
This is by far the best CNR Studios performance on the channel. Like none of them come close. And this is like his first big role I gave him on the channel. Like he had voiced like a line or two a few times before this. This is the first time I gave him like a named role, I guess you could say. I think so, at least.
Hello, sir. My name is Clark Kent.
Clark Kent, huh? My name is J. Jonah Jameson.
Well, nice to meet you, Jonah.
Oh, no. I'm your boss and you will refer to me as Mr. Jameson.
Okay, Mr. Jameson.
Now get back to work. I don't believe it's lunch hour yet. Get to it.
Wow, that guy is kind of a dick.
I know, right? We gotta find a way to get rid of him.
Whoa, Lois, you don't mean...
No, not kill him. Just get him fired.
Oh, okay, that works. What do you have in mind?
Well, I mean, we are reporters. It's our job to find dirt on people, and he's bound to have some.
Good idea, Lois. Let's do it.
A big problem I have with this video is that it sets up this whole subplot. Like, we're a minute into the 7-minute video, and they're setting up the subplot. Where, of course, I guess your first assumption is that this could be the main plot, because this is all that's happened in the first minute. And yeah, this just eventually goes nowhere, essentially. Like, it doesn't matter. But I guess it's funny.
Sir, he says it's ready.
Good. Let's go check it out then.
We gotta use pronouns so that let's go check it out. So because if we can't say what it is because we need to keep the audience guessing before they actually show the thing. What am I talking about? Anyway, the security guy here that is voiced by the late great CJ Productions. He's not dead, but he's been gone from YouTube for a while. Lex Luthor is voiced by the great Brook Tavern Films. This is the only video of mine he ever voiced in. When setting up my DC universe, I wanted like someone pretty big to voice Lex Luthor, who's essentially gonna be the main villain in like the first phase of my DC universe. And Brook Tavern is essentially like, okay, he's really awesome, he's well known, so that's cool, but like he's not too big to where he felt like, man, why is this guy who has way less subs than me asking me to voice or whatever? It was like, obviously, like that's just the mindset I had back then. I don't think that way now, but it was really cool to get him. Sadly, he will not be voicing Lex Luthor in the future, but it was really cool to get him for this video. Oh, and also, I almost forgot. There's a hairbrush here, which that's one of my favorite jokes of this video. And it's not even acknowledged at all. But obviously, the joke is he's got a hairbrush, even though he's bald. And like, I think that's the only bald joke I really technically have in this. Like, I don't think they acknowledge, like, really, assuming like, oh, you're bald, Luthor, ha ha, funny. Something like that. So this is the only sort of bald joke there is, but I like
Check
it.
it out then.
Ah, you're here. Good. Here it is.
Looks very impressive.
Oh, it
Got the
is.
laser back there too. I completely forgot that was in there.
Look, its armor's kryptonite, and its laser shootout means pure kryptonite radiation.
Very good. With this, I will finally destroy Superman once and for all.
So another interesting thing about this video, the transition that you see there. This is it was kind of basically done because this is like the first time using Premiere Pro. I didn't know how to put transitions in, and I remember like just looking up a tutorial and it kind of showed me this over convoluted way to do a transition like that, and it looks cool. I probably should just put more work into the transitions, but like I guess I don't ever see the transition as like that important, so like I'd rather just like whatever, just drag and drop an automated transition in there. I might tweak it a bit, but not as convoluted as this one.
For all.
You got anything?
Nope.
Clark, look! I found a picture of Jameson snorting cocaine.
So what I ended up doing for this, if you've ever seen there's a picture online which is Elmo that's got his face, he's face down in a pile of cocaine. Then I just took an image of Jameson's head and plopped it on top of there. I thought it was funny.
Jimmy, that's clearly been photoshopped.
What? No, it hasn't. I found it on the internet.
It's really weird hearing how high-pitched Cable's voice is, but then he's still got a pretty high voice. But this really took the cake back then. But Jimmy Olsen is probably the first time I like made a character from like other Lego parts. Like up to this point, the only many times I used minifigures if it was like a pre-built like minifigure, like the head, arms, legs, body, all that. I wouldn't like take pieces from different areas to try to make a minifigure. Because I don't have any creative bone in my body when it comes to that stuff, apparently. Now I know better. I guess I just didn't like the idea of taking Lego pieces apart and all that, because I feel like, oh, what if I forget where this piece goes or whatever? It's dumb. So I think I used like Mutt Williams' head, Ron Weasley's hair, and then I think Harry Potter's body and legs, I'm pretty sure.
Jimmy, go away.
Oh yeah? Well, screw you guys.
Ugh.
Hey Clark, Lois, I got something interesting to show you guys.
What is it, Phil?
Someone sent this final.
So I guess like when making Superman, like I've watched some Superman media. Probably the one that's given me the most amount of Superman knowledge would be the '90s animated show. And I just needed some extra guy that worked at the Daily Bugle, and I probably could have looked up some other. Not Daily Bugle, Daily Planet. I'm dumb. Some other guy that works at the Daily Planet, and use that guy. But no, I was like, just come up with a random guy and call him Phil. Why not? So.
Statement to the Daily Planet that shows LexCorp acquiring 250 pounds of kryptonite over the last 3 months.
That's a
Oh
lot.
dear, that is interesting.
Yes, it is. Superman could be in danger.
We've got to find a way to contact him. Wait a second. Jimmy!
What do you guys want?
Didn't Superman...
This is what I feel like I missed a joke here where like it's like, oh, we gotta find a way to contact him. Jimmy should be like, just jump out the window, I'll save you. I like that would have been that could be
Give you a
interesting.
signal watch that you could contact him with?
Yeah, what about it?
Do you think you could call him right now? I have something important to tell him.
No!
What? No? What do you mean no?
I'm not gonna call him just so you can f him. I'm getting tired of your shit, Lois, and I'm not gonna take it any longer.
Hello, everyone.
What the? Superman, what are you doing here?
So yeah, while this whole conversation started, I'm not sure exactly when Clark actually disappears from the back, because like none of these shots, I think you can really see him like the spot where like right there, he would have been like right there. But yeah, he just disappears, and then now Superman's here, obviously.
Here.
Well, I was flying by and I heard you shouting and I thought, Jimmy must be on his period again.
You see, the set design here, obviously I should make mention, obviously all the gray walls. But see, this has a desk, and there's this look color, green and red. Oh my god! It's revolutionary set design. Like, you know, one thing I noticed is, like, I completely forgot about, is, like, you can hear, like, the office sounds. I just kind of put, like, an ambience in the background. Would have been nice if I maybe put some more desks in there, but whatever.
Oh, you guys.
What a little wuss.
Superman, we have something...
That was obviously a situation where I should have had Jimmy, like, just run away, rather than just slowly walk away.
Period again.
Also, that's a fake-ass laugh.
Oh, you guys.
What a little wuss.
Superman, we have something important to tell you.
And what would that be, Lois?
As if he doesn't
We've been
know.
purchasing mass amounts of kryptonite recently, and I fear that your life might be in danger.
I appreciate that, Lois.
You know, like, from the Superman show, usually what would happen if, like, he'll hear something Daily Planet, and he'll be like, oh, that's interesting, I'm going to go to the restroom, and then he just leaves, instead of waiting, showing up as Superman, be like, what's going on, as if he... Whatever, I don't know.
But I can take care of myself. Thank you for the information, though.
Be careful.
Hey, where'd Clark go?
Well, tell him I want sausage on the pizza. I don't care how much he loves pepperoni.
Bertavin delivered that very well.
No, don't even bother. I'll have to call you back. Well. The Man of Steel has come to pay me a visit.
The game's up, Luthor. I know you...
I kind of fucked up with some of the cinematography here, because, like, when... So, let me see here. Oh, come on. I'm not going that far back. Okay, hold
Care
on.
how much he loves pepperoni.
Oh, no.
So, okay. Because Luthor's facing... Well, I'm trying to show it from... Where's the camera? He's facing this way. It shows him facing this way. And now Superman's facing that way. So if I was, like, doing it correctly, they should be facing opposite ways. So Superman should have been facing the other way. Whatever.
Luthor.
No, don't even bother. I'll have to call you back. Well. The Man of Steel has come to pay me a visit.
The game's up.
I still stick with it
I
here.
know you've been collecting it.
I know it switches at some point.
What proof do you have that I'm using it to kill you? It's not illegal to purchase kryptonite.
Really? I feel like it should.
I think when I wrote that line, I had like very different kind of phrasing in mind, where he's like, really? I think I feel like it should, as if like he expected it to be. But I digress. And then I did this whole big shot where he's walking around the table. It's like I didn't need to
No. I have
do all
a
that
great
walking,
system,
probably.
One of which may or may not be self-defense. But as long as you don't try to harm me, we won't have to worry about that.
Nice
Okay,
try,
now he's facing the right way.
but I'm not an idiot. Where is the kryptonite?
Oh dear, is Superman threatening me? I feel like this constitutes self-defense. How does it feel, Superman, to feel as weak as the rest of us?
Oh, that is such an overused line.
I'm not sure where I've heard the line. I've heard it before, where it's like, "Oh, look, Superman, now you're just like us weak humans," or whatever. It's like, I'm sure I've heard it. I know I've heard it a few times before.
Oh well, it doesn't matter. I think it's time I got rid of this little problem of mine.
World's
Oh, it looks-
slowest laser eyes ever. Like, and like I was trying to make it look like, oh, it's kind of a weaker version because he's been weakened by the kryptonite, and it was all right, I guess.
Well, it looks like we'll have to do this the hard way.
That was a close one. Luthor.
You like my little toy?
This thing was such a son of a bitch to animate with.
Machine for taking down Kryptonians.
And like the worst part is like, because of how tall the thing is, it was like right up to where like the lights were. So the lights were like kind of shining right in. As you can see, the reflections are right there. It was one of the several problems I had when making this video.
Starting with you.
You know, also like he says like, take it. It's perfect killing machine for taking down Kryptonians, starting with you, even though I had not set up any Kryptonians at this point. But, or like, there hadn't been any inclination that there were any other Kryptonians. But I didn't put a lot of thought into this. Also, somebody realized more recently is that there is a piece missing on the Kryptonite robot thing. It's supposed to be a piece here. That was kind of that part right there was something I had kind of envisioned from the very beginning, where like he jumps down for the like bop 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 bop, you know, and the one I found was like much higher pitch, and I just ended up lowering the pitch a lot, and I don't know if I like it or hate it. Also, another like Superman, like how much he bounces is kind of funny, very comical.
Now the entire world will see the end and death of
And now, this is the first time I used this feisty music. It's like called Final Boss, I think. And it's probably become the most used boss music, fight music that I've used since then, I would guess.
yes, run.
This is something where, like, looking back at like certain sound effects I used, I'm just like, ugh, I don't like that. So whenever he shoots the laser, it makes the laser sound. And then when it impacts, it makes the same laser sound.
Death of Superman.
You see here. Like, I don't know why I thought that was the best kind of sound effect I could use. And yes, that is the same police car over and over and over again.
Wait, stop.
So I got this whole setup here, and like I don't think I had any modules at this point. So this is the best I could do for a city design. And so showing like the police coming, and then it's just he shoots here, and then Grey Wall.
Wait, stop. He's on it.
I remember there were a few other lines that I had Brick Tavern do throughout the course of this video. Like, well, specifically during this fight that I ended up not using because it became just too much like stopping and talking and stuff, and I was just like, not really necessary. You know, obviously, like, this is not the best animated fight scene that I've done. However, for where it was at the time, I am kind of surprised that I was able to pull this off. as good as I did. I was very ambitious with this. Once again, like, if I actually continued to be more ambitious, maybe I'd be in a better spot. I don't know. But, like, I remember, like, when I came up with the idea of have Superman hit him with the police car, I just thought, oh, man. I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off. I mean, that'd be tough to do, but, I mean, that turned out alright. No. So the Darth Vader no right there.
What the hell?
So I definitely had to do a lot of masking, you know, to show characters flying. But like the one specific. Second here. So when he flies up, I literally just had him sitting the whole time. Or at least I had the picture of Martian Manhunter there by himself, and then just added in the animation of Superman flying up to meet him. They all team up and take down the villain.
Beat. This isn't the end, Superman. I will get you, and next time, even your friends won't be able to save you.
Well, Lex, it doesn't matter. For now, you're going to jail.
It's funny when I like when I remember little things about this. So here, there wasn't a good police car I could use that could like put him in the back seat. It's literally just his head in the back seat here. None of the rest of his body. It's just his head.
Thanks for coming, but I had that handled, clearly. How come only you came? Everyone else was busy, and from what I saw on the news, you needed the help.
So like definitely with the plot of this video, having Martian Manhunter show up to help Superman, very much done in terms of, you know, I didn't want to have Superman just beat Lex Luthor on his own because I wanted to, you know, establish the motivation for Lex Luthor realizing that he can't beat Superman if Superman has all these other friends that can come in and help him, which is going to eventually lead to which is slowly led to Lex Luthor putting together the Legion of Doom.
Well, thanks. Now if only I can get rid of that new asshole of a newspaper.
Oh yeah, remember that subplot?
I took care of
Flash.
Oh yeah, Flash.
it. Your new newspaper editor was actually stuck in the wrong universe. But don't worry, I took him back to the right one.
Well, all's well that ends well. So who wants shawarma?
Haha, that's the thing that they say in Avengers. And Tony's like, hey, what a treasure. Anyway, yeah, so actually that's not all of it. There's a little bit more.
How pathetic. Great Lex Luthor confined to a jail cell.
Yeah, he's still in a suit and tie.
Here for long.
Yeah, right.
Open the door.
Ah, it's about time.
Let's go.
So I don't know where I don't know where I got this picture from. I just needed like some big house, but I had to find an image online that I just used. So whoever actually made this, sorry I didn't credit you. Whoever you are, you did a good job with this. Good job.
Okay, you're out of jail.
So I realized that since I didn't put a border on the words, like Lex Luthor's safe house down here, made it not completely visible.
Okay, you're out of jail.
Oh look, gray walls again. Why not?
We discussed.
Yes, yes. Don't worry. $5 million has been transferred to your bank account. However, how would you feel about making another, say, $50 million?
Talk.
And that was the beginning of the lead in to eventually getting to the Legion of Doom. Well, Lex Luthor and Deathstroke will return, which technically Deathstroke has returned when he showed up at the end credits for Aquaman 10. But Lex Luthor, not yet. I mean, he was in the Oscars, so I mean, there's that at least. But so yeah, that was the Lego Superman movie. You know, there's a lot of stuff I still like about it. You know, as far as kicking off of the DC universe, my DC universe. I was like very basic. Like, I wanted to try to do more of like a actual movie where like, kind of like a beginning, middle, and end. However, I forgot to put it in the middle. Like there's a beginning, the setup, and then Superman just shows up, and him and Lex Luthor fight, and the end. It's like, and then like I established a subplot that goes nowhere. But I think it's pretty decent. I'm pretty happy how it turned out. Especially like by 2019 standards, it's definitely one of the better videos I put out in 2019 for sure. I feel like there's something I was gonna say. something else I was gonna say about it. Oh, yeah, I was gonna talk about Lex Luthor and Deathstroke. I'm trying to think. When did Justice League came out in 2017? I'm not sure if because in the Joss Whedon's Justice League, there's an end credit scene where it hints at Lex Luthor and Deathstroke teaming up and forming the Legion of Doom. Obviously, I did the same thing. I can't remember if I did it, if that was actually what inspired it, or if I came up with that idea beforehand. It probably did inspire it, and I just forgot it inspired it, because I'm pretty sure it was like February of 2018 when I wrote the rough draft, or the first draft for Justice League. But I mean, I still could have had the idea beforehand. I don't know. Whatever. But here's the difference, though, is I'm actually going to make it. Eventually. I promise. When? I don't know. I keep saying next year. Every year. It's the last 5 years. And next year I'll get to Justice League. Next year will be the year I finally started on it, and it never happened. So, we'll see. But, yeah, I think that's all I got to say about this one. Hope you enjoyed this commentary. The next one will be on Harry Potter and the Cursed Smell. And I'll be bringing a special guest for that, so see you guys then.